have a lot of musicians who are friends, and invariably someone asks, well, I'd like to start doing some videos, but I don't know what type of videos I should do. A music video could be anything from lip syncing to a story told in images. It's very wide open. Concert footage or footage at a club, recording your music in a professional way so it looks good and sounds good, which is really, really important. And it's actually a real performance. People enjoy watching that. People also enjoy watching behind-the-scenes footage. Remember, your viewers, your fans want to get to know you better. So when you do videos, you want to pay attention to this. How can I show people who I am? How can I make people like me? How can I get people interested in me? Well, certainly one way is behind-the-scenes footage, which can be rehearsals, it can be interviews with other people in the band. Short, 3 to 5 minutes. Gives a viewer an idea of who you are. A video of interviews. It could be interviews with musicians in the band. It could be interviews with fans. Well, how do they react to the music? And how do your fellow bandmates feel about playing music? So interviews could be really powerful. Another popular form that a lot of people are using for musician videos is a short music doc, also known as a video press kit, an EPK, a little documentary about the project, something about the music, something about the recording or the performance, something about musicians, and something about the leader of the group in kind of a documentary style. If you're traveling in the low budget lane, a slideshow utilizing your music can just be simple images, somehow in tune with the rhythm of what you're doing so that it flows nicely. But it could be images of the group, it could be images of nature. A lot of possibilities here, but just imagery and music. Another video that can be very effective is to encourage your fans to do cover versions of your compositions. This helps your compositions, your music to get out there, get other people to play it, but also people, viewers, fans enjoy hearing other people interpret your music. So that could be a really cool thing. And also, it involves your audience. That's one thing. You want to make it an interactive experience. So if you're asking your audience, hey, why don't you take one of my songs and do your own version of it, and then you post it on your channel. You check it out. They check it out. Now, you might not be an animator yourself, but you may know people. You may be people in your community. You may know people online. So I highly recommend, it's kind of a form of a music video, but some type of animation. If you can find a song and get somebody to do animation for it, that's a very good way to spotlight your music. Now, if you can't go out and shoot video, but you want to utilize some video along with your music, I would suggest going to a site like archive.org, which is a treasure trove of video clips. Archival video from many years ago, recent video, amateur video, but you can go through there and find things to utilize in your own video, and it won't cost you 1 penny. That's all you have to do is credit the source of the video. If you are a talker, if you're a communicator, I would suggest doing a blog on a regular basis. You know, it's very important to post on a regular basis if you want to get attention, because our viewers, that group of people who are online, they are content junkies. They're always looking for something new. And for you to get credibility in that space, you need to post on a consistent basis. And at a regular day and time is essential, because what that does is it builds your credibility. People know, oh, something good is coming. They know to expect it. Then they start to tell their friends, and then you build an audience. So a blog is a good way to do that, where you can tell your life story, talk about your music, talk about the process of creation. Short entries, 2 or 3 minutes at a time. Doesn't have to be a long, involved thing, but consistently. I'm doing some writing today, and I just wanted to say a few words about the process of writing. You know, people have different ways that they write. Some people like to have a deadline. Other people just like to kind of dream and come up with the writing. Other people find that by writing every day, they're going to come up with something. That's what I do. So I'm sitting down in a few minutes. I've got some ideas here, and it's my daily writing session. Let me see what I can come up with. When you feel strongly about something, that's a good time to make a video. For example, this is not music related, but a typical rant could be, I'm really sick and tired of people telling me that they don't read books anymore. You know, there's something magical about holding a book in your hands, something about print, feeling the page that you just can't get when you read the Kindle version. Yeah, I know the Kindle version is easier to read, but I want hard copy and I want to hold it in my hand. Okay, that's a rant. How about the self-interview where you interview yourself? Where was I born? Oh, I was born in Hartford, Connecticut in 1949. Yes, I'm that old. I'm a baby boomer. Want to know something about my parents? Well, my parents are descended from Russian Jews. How I create, discussing the creative process. People want to know that. They're curious about, where does this music come from? How do you do this? What's the process by which you arrive at these incredible compositions and performances? So if you can talk about that, people are going to be very interested. Why you do what you do. Why are you a musician? Why do you play? For example, jazz musicians, very difficult to play jazz and very difficult to find an audience and make a living. Why do you do it? It's these type of revelations that people find so interesting because they get to know you better. As I keep repeating over and over again, very important for your audience to like you and to know you. Recommended music. Now, if you're a musician, people are wondering, what do you listen to? What were your influences? What do you play in your spare time? What do you play when you're driving around in your car? If you don't have a car, what do you listen to on your phones when you're in the subway or public transportation? People are curious about that. So by telling them, once again, brings them closer to you because they know about something that goes inside your head, and that's the music that you like. And the music that we like usually says something about us. Another series of videos would be a project diary. Let's say, for example, you've decided to embark upon a certain kind of project. Maybe you're doing, I'm doing a quartet recording of Duke Ellington compositions. So what you can do is you can document the process from day one. Like the first video is why you decided to do this. The second video could be how are you going to put the music together in terms of the repertoire and the musicians. And then another video could be about the arrangements. The day before you go to the recording session, you could talk about that. You come home and you talk about the recording session itself. You talk about the mixing. In other words, you go through each part of the process with a short video. It becomes a diary of the project. Best and worst career moments. What are some of the best things that have happened to you while you've been creating music? And what are some of the worst things? What are some of the most challenging things? Once again, this falls into the category of people getting to know you and humanizing you. I like video that tells me something about the artist. That's what people really want to see. A day in the life. What's a typical day in the life of a jazz musician? Oh, I got up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I was at Swall's last night till I didn't get home till 6 in the morning. You know, once again, tell us something about yourself. That's a day in the life is something everyone can relate to. And the final video that I would suggest is what I call a contest video. Once again, this is a way to involve your music, to make it more interactive. For example, if you have a new recording coming out, you might want to post a track, have people listen to it, and give their reactions. And the best reaction, perhaps voted on by visitors to your website or your Facebook page, gets a prize. A copy of an autographed copy of a recording, a credit on a future recording, whatever it is. But contests, as we know, are very popular, and it's a good way to involve your fans.